Hi, Mary Boccaccio. Tonight I'm going to make boneless chicken breast. I got some grape tomatoes, they're jarred roasted peppers, which I don't really like to use, but I was shopping, they had them. They had no fresh peppers, so I couldn't buy any. So I got a can. What I did was I rinsed them though. Rinsed them because they come packed in like salt and vinegar and stuff like that. And just rinse them a little, get a little of that flavor off. I got some garlic. I'm going to finish it with mozzarella and some fresh herbs. So I'm going to turn my pan on. You don't have to put it on too soon because it's Teflon. And so I salt and peppered the chicken. And I'm going to put a little Wonder flour on it just because it'll help when I'm turning this into like a little sauce. The Wonder flour does a couple of things like I told you before. It protects the product, which you don't need much protection with chicken. It's usually for veal or fish, but it also serves the purpose of helping to make a sauce. If you read the container, it says right on there that it's a good thing to make sauce. So it's better than flour. It's not as thick. Sometimes flour gets too like thick and gooey, and this doesn't. So I'm going to use regular olive oil. I'm going to put enough to, I guess that's about 2 tablespoons. I don't really keep it on real high. It's like on a, what else, medium high. It's the way I like to cook, okay? So I'm going to dip one more, and then I'm going to put it in there, and we're going to start to brown the chicken. Yep, I can hear it. And it's sizzling, so I know the pan is hot enough. Even though it's Teflon and it won't stick anyway, you want that to brown. You don't want the oil to be cold. Because if it's cold, by the time it heats up, it's all soaked into your product, into your chicken or your fish or whatever. You don't need that. So I'm using this pan also because it's big enough for me to fit. I had 5 pieces, kind of cleaning out my fridge and my freezer. And so I had 2 packs of chicken, and I said, let me make them both. I haven't made a video. I made one, like I think last week, because I had shoulder surgery about 5 years ago, and I went to move a sofa last Saturday, and I did it by myself. So my whole arm, I thought I ripped my bicep again. I'm starting to feel better, except I still can't move this one. I had to get back to cooking. I cooked in the house, but nothing that was exciting, so I didn't make any videos of it. So I'm going to let that brown, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to turn the chicken breast over. That nice coloring comes more from the Wonder than the frying pan. The Teflon doesn't really give you a nice, really brown thing. But that's a nice brown color. And what that means is appetizing. It means it's appetizing. So I'm going to brown that other side. Then I'm going to take them out, and we're going to finish the sauce that we're going to make with that. Let me check this side. So I'm going to say about 3 minutes on each side so far. I'm going to take these out. I'm going to turn the gas off. Chicken looks good. I'm going to turn the gas back on. I had 3 cloves of garlic. Use as much as you want. I just had 3. Nothing that I do really has an in-stone recipe, and that's what I try to teach you. Nothing is in stone, unless you're a baker. If you're baking, it's in stone. So I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil now, because this is going to be our sauce. So we're going to get that to a nice color, and then we'll come back and add our tomatoes. Okay, that garlic is nice. I got 2 cups of grape tomatoes here. Now you can see how much chicken I'm cooking. If you think this is enough, it's probably enough for 3-4 people. I'm going to put the tomatoes in. Always be careful because it's wet. Got to keep wiping my stove because it's getting greasy. It makes me crazy. So I can't flip with my right hand. And try to flip with my left. So So one thing I want to do, well, first I want to salt and pepper these because tomatoes always need salt and pepper. Then I'm going to deglaze this with a little bit of white wine, which you don't have to do. I wasn't going to do it, but then I looked in the fridge and realized I had some. I was only going to use chicken stock, which you don't need. You can use water. This is our chicken stock there. Okay, I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to get my wine. I never pour wine while the gas is on. I don't trust it. I don't like it. And I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to guess that was about a half a cup. Now we turn it back on. If it's flamed up now, we can control it. But if we're putting this down, that flames up. I don't want a Molotov cocktail here. I don't want to set myself on fire, God forbid. I did that once when I was 14. That was enough. It teach me a lesson. Okay? Look at the beautiful chichitos I picked from my yard. They're fried, a little bit of sea salt on them. Got my rice working in the back. So I'm cooking down the alcohol. And then I'm going to add some peppers, and I got some fresh herbs. It takes about 2 minutes to get rid of that alcohol. Okay, so the wine has, the alcohol is evaporated. Now I'm going to add some, this is a half a cup of those peppers I told you about. Okay, put that in. I want to add chicken stock. It's a cup of chicken stock. I don't know if I need that much. I'm going to make a nice sauce. You can see the sauce is that color from the brown bits and all at the bottom of the pan from the chicken. So that's going to give it a lot of flavor. I'm going to put more salt and pepper because we added stock. And stock doesn't have salt. Remember that. And I want to cook the tomatoes down a little bit, but I want to season them a little bit. I'm going to put some rosemary in there. Rosemary and chicken are great. Then we'll put some little bit of basil now and a little bit of basil after. Okay, so I'm going to let that cook for about 5 minutes, start to turn itself into a sauce. Tomatoes are looking good. Throw just a tablespoon of butter in there. Gives it a little richness. And we're going to put all the juices back and the chicken. I actually think I want to add a little bit more stock. You know, always use your judgment, but I want it with rice. So I want enough that I'm making this sauce. Now I'm going to put the rest of my basil in. That was about 2 tablespoons. Fresh basil, of course, from my yard. And we're going to let that cook down there to finish cooking the chicken. So cooked about 5-6 minutes so far. Another 2-3 minutes, we're done. We're ready to go. We're ready to eat. Our rice is finished. We're almost ready. Nice sauce. That'll go really good with the rice. I'm going to put some mozzarella cheese. You can use whatever kind of cheese you want, but I made a pizza the other day and I had this left over. So I'm going to put that, I want to put a lid on just to let that melt, and then we're going to plate it. So that looks nice. And always what you want to do, this is minute rice. I love it, like I tell you. I always forget. I talked to my friend the other day. She said, I forgot to make it was Jim and Joe. They said, I forgot to make the rice. I said, that's why I use minute rice. You always want to fluff it up. Fluff it up. Look at how beautiful it looks, okay? All right. So I'm going to make myself a plate here. I like a lot of rice. I'd rather have more rice than chicken. Then I'm going to get this piece right here. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit of this on here. And I'm going to put this here. Oh, that's the thing about mozzarella. That stretch. of course I'm going to take the rosemary out. I'm going to clean that all up. I want to get a little bit of the sauce. What you do when you don't know what you feel like cooking. You go through the fridge, you say, oh, I'm going to put this in, this in, and this in. And believe me, it ends up tasting good. So I'm glad to be back making a video. I hope you like it. I'm going to throw that rosemary away. I hope you like it. If you like the video, please share it. And if you make it, send me pictures, because I'm getting ready to put up another set of photos from everybody cooking their dishes. And thanks for everybody wishing me, well wishes, that I feel good. I want everybody to stay safe. Cheers.